Hello everyone, you are watching Geekly Weekly episode 1. This week we just sort of chatted about why this podcast is here and who I am and why I'm doing this. And then we gave a little Supergirl review, so spoke about Supergirl and everything people are saying about Supergirl and all the hate and how much I love that movie. So stick around and it'll be fun. And we incurred some technical difficulties along the road. I hope that you'll stick around throughout the technical difficulties, and I hope that you'll stick around. I have multiple episodes so I can figure out what the fuck I'm doing. I hope you enjoy. Give it a watch. Hello everyone. I've got a little story to start us off. The first time I recorded this, I sat here for about 15-20 minutes, chatted, had a great time, walked over to my phone and thought, oh, let's see how long I've been recording, see how long this podcast is going to be. Because I wasn't fully finished. And turns out a minute and a half in, it stopped recording. Interesting. So I thought, darn, I've got to do that all again. That's 15, 20 minutes of my time wasted. I'll do it again. Sat here. I was like, oh, I can see the reflection. So if it stops recording, I'll be able to see it. And I'll go over and I'll just delete some more stuff on my phone and just carry on. It happened about 9 minutes in, 10 minutes in. I thought, oh, I haven't even started on the second topic. This podcast's going to be great. I was like, oh, okay, I'll delete a load of stuff on my phone so I have a lot of storage to film a long episode. I accidentally deleted my footage. So now we're here. Third time's the charm. Third time recording this. Third time talking. So welcome back, sort of. Welcome back for me. Welcome to you for the first time to the first episode of Geekly Weekly. Podcast hosted by me about anything nerdy, geeky, and anything that scratches that nerdy itch that I love. So anything from film, TV, anime, manga, when I get fully back into it, and comic books. Film and comic books are probably going to be the top two. But TV will probably go in and out. I'll probably do an episode on How I Met Mother very soon. I've got a couple of episodes planned out, so I'm not sure on the upload schedule. I know most podcasts are one a week, but I've got way too much free time, so there's a chance you get 5 a week. Possibly. I don't know. Guess we'll have to see. But I suppose we'll start on why we're here for the third time. I am a very big creative. I love anything creative. I love doing creative things. I've made my own short film, which we will talk about in an episode to come. I've done many creative things thanks to my college. I've directed a couple of short films and a couple of adverts. I've made my own advert when I was in secondary school for my media coursework. I've done a mini podcast episode that isn't going to be as good as this fabulous podcast. It was slightly more high tech, but this is going to be better because it's me in my bedroom talking about things I love. So as much as I did a podcast with nice equipment, this is going to be better. I know it. I just love anything creative that I get to do that's creative, that makes me happy. And I thought, I love talking about movies. I love talking about anything I love that's nerdy. And I want to be a film journalist. So a podcast should be the way to go. So I've started my own podcast, which is hopefully what you're watching to or listening on, depending on where you're listening. If you're listening on Spotify, then thank you. Drop us a review. 5 stars is obviously the best, which is what you should give it. And if you're watching on YouTube, then I'm going to say the obvious. Give us a subscribe, like the video, comment. I love reading comments. Oh my god, comments are my favourite thing in the whole wide world. Comments on my TikTok, comments on my YouTube videos, comments on anything. Comment. I love every single one of them. Even if it's a hate comment, I love a hate comment. Leave me a hate comment. Call me obese. I'd love it. Leave me a hate comment. It would make my day. But seriously, obviously, I'm not expecting this to go mega viral, my first episode, but if it does, that would be lovely. Depending on how well this does, hopefully we will advance in the technology that we're using, because the audio for this thing, which is plugged into my phone, which is also what we're recording on, luckily iPhones do 4K, so this should look alright. 4K iPhone. The lighting is strip lights. I did buy the strip lights and that Invincible poster for this podcast because I did want it to look nice, and it looks fine, I think. But money isn't something I have an abundance of, and technologically I'm fine, but I'm not the most technically advanced as much to film a podcast in a very professional setting. Plus, I don't have any professional microphones. I bought this on Amazon for £25. So this is the best we're going to get for a little bit. We should hopefully get better, depending on how well this podcast does. So if you give me money, this will get better. Or it might not. I might be on episode 400 with millions of pounds, and I'm still using this and that, because I love money. Sorry, I'm getting off track. We are just here. Obviously, you know from the intro that we are here to talk about Supergirl, and I've seen a lot of hate online for the Supergirl movie, but I don't get it. I thought Supergirl was fantastic. I gave it 4.5 stars on Letterboxd. Follow me on Letterboxd. I have a great Letterboxd. Charlie0305 on Letterboxd. Again, drop some reviews, drop some comments on my reviews. I'd love to hear it. I just love comments so much. I'm sorry. I love it interacting with the public. All the hate, which we will get to, is unwarranted. It's for reasons that have got nothing to do with the movie. I get some people won't like the movie because it won't be for them, but I loved the movie. Please keep in mind, every superhero movie I glaze heavily. I love every single superhero movie pretty much there is. There's a couple I don't like, a few I don't like. Mainly just Shang-Chi. I mean, I thought it was fantastic. I thought the first hour-ish was perfect. 5 stars. If it kept the quality of the first 45 minutes to an hour, 5 stars. But then it starts to trail off a little bit into 4-star territory, which is why I landed on a 4.5-star review. I did love the first hour a lot more than I loved the next. I don't know I can't remember how long the film was, but the first hour was fantastic. Again, I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself a lot. I don't have many negatives. The only negatives I really have is Lobo's performance was a little bit lackluster and left a little bit to be desired. I just think it was because we didn't have much backstory for him. I think we should have got a Lobo movie or a Lobo TV show before Supergirl to really introduce us to this character. But you get what you're given, so we just move on. Also the plot felt a little bit similar to Guardians of the Galaxy 3, if you get what I'm saying. If you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3, number one, what are you doing with your life that you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Watch it immediately. Also, sort yourself out if you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3. If you have, good. Slight spoilers for Guardians of the Galaxy 3's plot. It's basically about Rocket Raccoon is hurt in some way, I can't remember, and they take him back to his creator to basically heal him and make him better. And obviously in that you get his backstory. It's all very sad. Wow. It is very sad. I cry every time. But that's not important. But I just feel like the plot clung a little bit to Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was very well perceived, which is fair enough. If you have the formulae, use it. You might as well. James Gunn knows what he's doing. James Gunn didn't direct this movie, I don't know what I'm talking about. But it just did feel a little bit similar because in Supergirl, again, slight spoilers for Supergirl's plot. If you don't want to know Supergirl's plot, then Supergirl is about Crypto gets shot with a poison dart, and Supergirl has 3 days to find the antidote before Crypto dies. Kaput. And she basically goes on this mission, and she meets this little girl whose name I will not remember because I'm horrible with names, who is also looking for the same guy for revenge. You get 2 very different stories with Supergirl and the little girl. Also, the villain's entrance is awesome. My brother, who I saw this movie with, is going to hate me for saying this, but my brother jumped when the villain entrance because it's a little bit of a jump scare, and he's going to hate me for saying this because he's probably listening. Sorry, Jack, but it was really funny. He jumped. But the villain entrance is very cool. You see the villain kill this girl's whole family, and then she goes after him for revenge with her dad's sword. And it's really cool. It's a really cool story. It's a bit of a basic story of the whole, I want to come with you on this adventure. No, you can't. Please. No. Guess what? I'm following you. Might as well come then. That's basically what happens. So, if a good movie can have a basic plot if it does it well, and that's what Supergirl does. It does use a very sort of basic plot, but then it adds to it with the whole superhero stuff and the space stuff. So it sort of takes a very basic plot and builds off of it a lot, and it's really good. You will not hear me say much negative about Supergirl. I really did love it. The performances were great. Milly Alcock is wonderful, despite what everyone is saying online. We'll get to that. The little girl is amazing. I'm really sorry, I'm not going to remember her name, and my phone is currently recording, so I can't look it up. Jason Momoa is fine as Lobo. I thought his performance left a little bit to be desired, but that's about it. The villain was really good. Everyone else was good. Some of the fights were really cool. The soundtrack is awesome, may I say. The soundtrack is one of the best of the superhero movies. Maybe it's the James Gunn influence on the DCU, but the soundtrack for this movie is epic. Some of the songs are beautiful. I heard someone saying that one of the songs didn't fit, but I just feel like it's supposed to be a sort of a contrast between the fact that she's so strong that she can just sort of fight without having to think about it. But then, now we go on to a slightly more not negatives. Well, I don't think this is a negative. People online think this is a negative. This movie is slightly different in tone to Superman, which I think is some of the reason it gets some hate. Because the DCU is going to pivot a lot with its tone and mood throughout its projects. So I just feel like, in my eyes, it's a beautiful thing, because I think to make it accurate to the comics, which James Gunn is trying to do, which I love comic books, so I love what he's doing. But when Batman enters Metropolis, you're supposed to be thinking, what the fuck is he doing there? And when Superman enters Gotham, you're supposed to be thinking, what the fuck is he doing there? Because they're supposed to look so different, but you don't think they're even from the same world. Like, it's either into or across the Spider-Verse. It's across the Spider-Verse. When Miles and Gwen are in a different Spider-Man's world, it looks so different. It's striking. You can tell they're in a different world. Or when freaking Hobie is in the normal world, he's so different looking that you can tell he's not from that world. And I think that's something beautiful that DCU will do. Is that with this new Clayface movie, it's going to be horror. It's going to be scary. It's going to be adult. By the way, if it is an 18 in this country, James Gunn, or whoever's making this movie, I will come find you. I'm not joking in the slightest. James Gunn, if this movie is an 18, you will hear from me. I'm just kidding, James Gunn. The DCU is going to pivot a lot with its tone, and I think that will make it a much more fluid universe. Because as much as I love the Marvel movies, and you'll never hear me dissing Marvel because they are my ride or die, so I'm a ride or die to them. The DC sort of pivoting genres and finding new tones, I think is going to help it build up what it's good at and make it a more diverse universe, so more people could be fans. Because there are some people out there who don't like MCU movies because they are all the same pretty much. But that also does mean that DC will chance each movie doing really well, really bad, really well, really bad, depending on how people feel about that individual experience. And that might put some people off, but it definitely will not put me off. Because if you like one Marvel movie, you might like them all. The DC is not going to be like that. If you like one movie, you might not like the next one. But I think that will definitely put some people off, but also attract more people to the individual movies themselves instead of the universe, if you know what I'm trying to say. Alright, let's talk about this Milly Alcock hate. Right. If you are purely hating on her because you don't find her attractive, then I think you are a bad person. I think if the reason you don't like the Supergirl movie is because you don't personally find Milly Alcock attractive, then there is something wrong with you and you should not be participating in this lovely fandom of ours. If you think that the reason that the Supergirl movie is bad is because you don't think Milly Alcock is sexy, then you need to pack it in. Be honest. Just pack it in now. Immediately pack it in now. I'm not going to call Milly Alcock attractive or not attractive because I don't care about her looks, and I don't want to spread that sort of thing. Her looks don't affect me, and they definitely don't affect you. So please stop. Easy enough. But if we all have watched a movie or TV show because our celebrity crush is in it. That's something that we all do, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing to do because I've done it. I've done it many, many, many times. But the way people are treating her is just not very nice, to be frank, and to put it in a very childish tone, it's a bit mean. The look of a superhero should not matter. If they can act well, if they fit the character, then it does. And Supergirl doesn't necessarily have to be someone who you find attractive. I don't see how it matters, to be honest. But, maybe if the reason people aren't watching it because they don't find her attractive, those sort of people shouldn't be watching anyway. So maybe this is a good thing. Maybe it's attracting away the wrong people, or it's repelling away the wrong people. So if anything, keep going. But I'm just flabbergasted that people hate this movie because of how an actress looks. Like, no one was going, I'm not going to watch that Batman movie because Danny DeVito is the Penguin. I don't think Danny DeVito is very sexy. What are you on about? Sorry, I will start ranting, but I suppose this is what this is about, so we might just start ranting. I do think that you should be able to enjoy a medium of entertainment no matter what you think about the actors physically. Why should I have to find every actress sexy if I want to watch something? I don't go into a superhero movie thinking, oh, someone I like is in this, someone I think is sexy is in this. The fact that Zendaya is going to be in Brand New Day helps, definitely, because I think she's a very pretty lady. But that is not the whole reason I'm going to watch it. I think if you're participating in a superhero medium because of how the actresses look, then that is a toxic way to go into that fandom, and you shouldn't be allowed to participate in that fandom. If the reason you decide to not watch superhero movies is because an actress in it is attractive to you, then you sort of need to look at yourself and think, what am I on about? Because you're just a bit of a weirdo, if I'm being honest. You're just a bit strange. The Supergirl movie is beautiful. If you want to watch it, I do advise you to go watch it because it is great. But if you don't watch it, then I'm not gonna shout at you, because if you don't want to watch it, then you don't have to watch it. And the people who aren't watching it because of the actress or because they don't think the actress is sexy, then don't watch it. Then no one cares if one person is going to see it. Milly Alcock is a lovely Supergirl. I think she's great at what she does. And I hope that she does a lot more. I hope that she's in a lot more movies. I hope that she continues to vary this character and everything. Oh, one more thing. People are going, how does she pierce her ears? How does she pierce her ears? It is said in the movie she travels from planet to planet so she can get pissed. Do you really think that she didn't go to a red sun planet to get her ears pierced? I saw someone say on TikTok, no one's talking about how does David Cornsweat Superman shave or how does he clip his toenails. That's so correct. Why does it matter about the tiniest little bit of information? It's superheroes. We can make up whatever we want. We could give Supergirl a freaking tattoo and you couldn't say anything because we can say what we want. We can make what we want. We can make people go places. We can make people do things. That's the beauty of the superhero medium, is anything is possible. Thank you for watching the first episode of Geekly Weekly. I think it went alright. I don't think I did too bad. I think some things could have gone better, some things could have gone worse. There was a lot of technical difficulties along the road, but I'm excited to get this edited and posted for all of you, and get some TikToks and some YouTube shorts up. I hope you come back the next time I film an episode. I don't know how many you're going to get a week. It'll probably be a lot more than one, because I've got a lot of free time and this was actually quite a lot of fun. I'm excited to talk about what's going to happen next time. Next episode, I believe, is going to be ranking every Spider-Man movie. So all of the Tobey Maguire ones, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, Spider-Verse, everything. So yeah, that'll be fun. I'm excited to film that and record that and edit that. So hopefully I'll see you soon. Any videos you want to see, any episodes you want me to talk about. Again, I cannot urge enough how much I love reading comments, so in the comments please, or Spotify, you can leave comments too. I hope you enjoyed listening to this on Spotify or watching this on YouTube. I will see you later.